Google gobble one of us. We accept that one of us. Google gobble one of us. We accept that one of us.
I feel like we were supposed to have this fourth episode 4 months ago, and like it keeps getting pushed back. I know like life gets in the way and everything, but God, no, like
Time flies though.
oh man, yeah, it's like 2043, and yeah, man, it sucks. The weather here too is stupid.
Steve's on that.
I don't know. I just had an episode just earlier before, and I was like, that was 2 hours ago. What did I do for those 2 hours? I have no idea. It's like time's just going right through. And it's like 68 degrees here, and it's February, and it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's in Colorado. We're having what's called fake spring. So like we got a bunch of snow last week. Like I think it was last Wednesday. I literally worked from home because my coworkers always freak out where they're like, we don't want the Floridian driving in the snow, so just work from home. So it was a snow day for me, and then I was like sweaty and disgusting all weekend. Because like at least if it's sunny here, we're a mile closer to the sun than most people, so it really does like warm up real fast. But yeah. And then as far as blizzards and stuff, March and April are historically like not great months for that. So this is like that weird period of like, is it spring yet? And then we're going to get like a bunch of snow and stuff right before actual spring. So it's
I'm on
annoying.
the East Coast, so Punxsutawney Phil said there's going to be like 6 more weeks of winter, but you know that bastard lied to us, and everyone's just everyone was preparing for it. But yeah, that has been crazy. John, man, how was your weekend, man? How's your Monday going?
Weekend was good. I don't know over there. Today's a holiday here. Well, it's a holiday every day for me, but regardless, it's a holiday here.
Jesus,
Um,
freak to that, man.
but it was good. It was good. Weather's warming up. Snow's melting finally. Went for a nice walk. And that's it. Spent some time with family. That's it. Simple stuff.
It's awesome,
Nice. That's when it's quiet, it's good, right? So that's good news.
Yeah.
How about you, CC? How was your weekend? How was your Monday?
I was off today because it is a federal holiday, and just like you earlier, I was like, it's my day off. I have plenty of time to do things. And then I'm like, what happened to today? What did I actually do? It just flew by. But I worked this weekend. It was a very busy weekend. Hence, I have not been able to see John's unboxing of that amazing Bane statue. So congrats. I haven't seen the unboxing yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And I just watched your video about your kind of like Batman wish list, and I'm very happy and excited for you. Obviously, because I'm very biased when it comes to Batman. So
I appreciate you so much. That's awesome of you to say that. Thank you.
Look at John's face.
I know. I was like, my heart is like, you know, in the Grinch where the heart grew 2 sizes. I was like, what the? I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Cece. That means a lot.
That's awesome.
you're welcome.
John, how's your Monday weekend going?
The weekend was good. We took the kids out to the rodeo. It was my youngest son's first rodeo, and they got to see the animals and all that kind of stuff, just out to the grounds. And my oldest son got to experience his first carnival. So we were riding rides and doing all that kind of stuff. So it was a cool weekend. And then today was cool. I mean, I did not have the day off. It is a holiday, you know. The kids had off though. So any day for a teacher where the kids aren't at the school is a day off.
Jeez.
So did you teach your son about those games at the carnival? So how they're all rigged and everything?
Oh yeah, he was like, "Daddy, I want to play this game." I go, I don't know. Oh, look at this ride. You know, because the cool thing was the school district got us discounts on tickets and stuff. So we spent $60 for 4 grounds passes and 2 carnival passes that granted access to the grounds. And just walking through, oh, I want to play this. I want to play that. I go, look at this ride. And I finally had to tell him, I go, buddy, these games are designed for you to lose. And it's not guaranteed you're going to get a prize. And it got just to the point where I was like, okay, I'm done. I need to go find my wife. The baby was kind of crashing, you know. And we ran into a little shop. And he had the Huggy Wuggy plushes have no clue where this kid is, this guy's from, but my son knows from whatever he's from, you know. And we never used to let him have one because he's seen him before, and he's a little bit older now. So I was like, okay, if we buy this, we're done. We have to go find mommy. We have to leave. He's like, okay. So I spent $10 to get us out of there.
Awesome. That's funny, man.
Is it like a blue plush?
Yeah, it's a blue plush with this
Jesus,
crazy
that
mouth.
thing is terrifying.
And I have no clue. He's 5 years old, and somehow he knows where this is from. I go, is this from Roblox? Is this from this? He goes, no. And I'm like, dude, how the hell do you know about this? You're in
God,
pre-K.
it's scary.
I know someone who's like 3-year-old is obsessed with Deadpool because he thinks that's Spider-Man's brother.
That's awesome.
And no one has the heart to tell him, or like obviously be like, no, like there's multiple reasons why you can't watch his movies, but he just has like a bunch of like Deadpool stuff in his room, and like
that's where his villain story started.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it was either that or before you got that plush for your son, it was like almost like the opposite of John, where like his heart shrunk when you're like,
Yeah.
it's rigged to fail. Like you're not always guaranteed to win a prize at these games.
So we're on our way leaving the rodeo, gonna go eat, and he goes, Mommy, Daddy, this is gonna be the start of my scary collection, and I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get this, and it's all gonna be scary stuff. I was like, okay, I can respect that.
Start him young.
John and Sean were about to get into a daddy talk situation right there. You're like, oh, you know that, you know that character? I know
Sorry,
that
this is
character.
that podcast. I might be on the wrong one.
We could have that after, man. That's funny. But
Steve
I
and
wanted
I
to show
feel
you.
like that.
I wanted to show you guys this really quick. I literally found this probably like an hour before the show. So this guy does custom work. It's called Modular Workbench for Beginners, and I'm pretty good with like crafting stuff. And I thought this was awesome. Let me just press play. It's like probably 30 seconds, but he just made this in the video. This is the end of it. So he attaches two boards that are on wheels, separates them, changes them, and then locks them into place together.
Oh, that's cool.
And my brain just went, boom, I could create this like on the weekend or something. So I might do this. So I might just skip out on the show and just just use this. But you see how you can move it easily? Like those wheels supposedly hold like 1,000 pounds, and that's more than enough. And you could custom make those like 2x4s too. So anyway,
That is awesome.
right?
That is really cool.
And then he's gonna mod some like plexiglass or something, acrylic,
Yeah.
something over it, you know.
Yeah. So his name
Or
is Bear
steel.
Mountain Builds, and it walks you right through it. It's really cool. But I
Wow.
thought I would show you guys that really quick. Especially for you, John. You got that Bane. That Bane by himself just needs that.
This Bane is too big, in my opinion.
He
Way
is
too big.
towering, that Thor.
Yeah. Cap is behind him. You can't even see it.
Yeah,
I can't-
I see
I
the
see a
shield. It's like he's
shield.
kind of holding it.
It's insanity.
What do you think, John? You're gonna create a separate bench for him, or you're gonna add
I
him to
wish.
a corner somewhere? Or you're
I
gonna...
wish I had the time where I can wake up, make a coffee, and go into the garage and just build. But not gonna happen. Pre-made is the way I have to go. Or I'll fly you out, Steve, and you can build it for me.
I swear to God, you'll see. Like
Swear
I'll
to
build
me.
it for this room. But let's get into the pictures really quick. I know you guys don't have that much time, and we're already 10 minutes in. Cece, we'll start out with you.
So I'm also in the same pre-made boat just because I am in an apartment. Like I don't even know where I would make something, but Steve from Rogue 16 is not too far from me. I've debated just being like, hey, can you please like help me build stuff? So I will say like my approach to displays is I try to go with stuff that isn't seen very often. And that's not to say that I have an issue with like garage shelves or DTOS or anything like that. I just think that with the space I have, I don't have like a dedicated room for just my collectibles. These have to be like furniture pieces essentially that I could live with. So like those behind me, like this is my living room. Like this is the back of my living room. That is currently in my bedroom, and it's going to be in a different spot of my bedroom. So it also has to like be aesthetically pleasing, whatever I choose to use, not just practical. So I can't always just go with garage shelves that I could modify. And so I've been busy. I actually just put up those art prints. I'm not done with this wall yet. I think I have 16 art prints up, and I think last I counted on my wish list, there's going to be like 28 or 29
Wow.
on just this wall. So this is like most of my Batman corners done. There's one that's going to go above that Francavilla, the red and like tan Batman print on the right. But yeah, like, and to give you like some perspective, the walls in here are 11 feet high. So with my arm like fully extended, I can't actually touch the lettering on that animated series poster. That's how high it is. So these frames aren't bad, but when you're on a 10-foot ladder and you're holding them for like 20 minutes trying to hang them up on the wall, they can get kind of heavy. So my arm's just still a little numb from all that. But I love these cabinets are from IKEA as well, just like the small little one. The white one with my Batman black and whites, which I love. I've had those for a long time. I had these way before I considered buying quarter scale statues or anything like that because I liked that they are on the smaller side. I think they're even, I don't think they're even 1/7. I think they're 1/10. But they're the previous DC Direct. I think now McFarlane's doing them. But that cabinet itself, I think I bought it for like $40 from IKEA. And I love it. And I think it works with the black and white, obviously. And then the cabinets behind me are also from IKEA. Relatively inexpensive, so easy to light them. I think the lights were like $10 on Amazon, and they're just like under cabinet puck lights. So I really like those. But as far as like the future of displays and where statues are going, I think what's difficult is I'm trying to go with stuff that's not like Bestas or anything that's really like too dark and heavy, just because it tends to make the room feel a lot smaller. And I'm really pressed for space. So I'm trying to stick with like a lot more metal and glass as opposed to like solid wood pieces.
So I used to work in IKEA when I was back in high school. They've sold these things forever, you know. The cool thing about these, I don't know if you ever want to do it though. We used to take them apart, prime them, and paint one yellow, paint one red. You know, make it more, I guess brighter in the room. And you could like, they're made out of steel too, so you could chuck them anywhere you want, and just these are gonna hold forever. So I love
Yeah.
these too. Yeah.
I am debating getting the smaller blue one. It's almost like like desk height for some of my Vader pieces because I thought it looked good with like the tie advance that I eventually want to display with that Iron Studios Vader on Throne that I have on order. But yeah, I will say that with I feel like a broken record, but I think we've said this before. How you display things, I think, could make or break a collection. I have a lot of stuff that's not expensive, not at all. But I like to display it as if it is precious because I feel like no matter what it is, if you give it some air or you kind of like give it some gravitas by not having it cluttered, you could make it look really, really special and really important. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I guess that's all. I guess that's the gist of my collecting is I try to go with stuff that looks like actual furniture pieces and not just. And I understand if I had as many statues as John does or Steve does or as many figures as Sean does, I think I would go with something more practical, bigger furniture pieces, the garage shelves, detox stuff like that. But I think just because I know it takes a lot more time for me to decide on how I'm going to display things and what I'm going to use to display them for, because everything has to look good. Every furniture piece has to look good because I don't have enough space to like, oh, let's just push this in the corner so you just see the statue, but you're not going to see what it's sitting on. Like, no, everything's out in the open. Even like the layout of my apartment, it's kind of like loft style. So it's basically like 2 rooms that are split between like a kitchen wall, basically. Splits the 2 rooms in half. So yeah, I guess that's my rant, my 15-minute rant.
No, it's awesome.
I love that. The black and white pieces.
I heard you say that you were debating getting into them, and I'm very nostalgic for them. My first one was that Mike Mignola, and it's still one of my favorite pieces I own. I just think if you're, and I've seen people with a lot of them, and they display them well. That's not the only ones I have. I have some in boxes, but I just like to kind of like put out my favorites, or the ones that I could fit, and I could just rotate them. But I think it's if you're, and I don't have the new ones. I do want the new Mike Mignola one because I love Gotham by Gaslight. It's actually one of the few like favorite storylines, like Batman storylines, that I don't actually have a art print for either. I bought one recently that I'm gonna just say in my head, like head canon, that it's from Gotham by Gaslight because it has the same kind of like style. But I don't have the new ones, which I know are resin as opposed to the ceramic. But I think if anyone's, some of those pieces are still kind of hard to find. I'd love more of them. But I think if you're just wanting something that's more reasonable to display because it's on the smaller side, but you want kind of different interpretations. Also, back then, not to say I'm not OCD now, I thought it'd be easier to have a bunch of black and white statues than it would be to have a bunch of statues from multiple different comic series and try to make those work well and display, if that makes sense. I think in my head it's always not bothered me, but I think to me it's never made much sense to have like multiple different iterations of a comic book Batman all together in one space. I think it could look a little busy, but with the black and whites, I think the fact that they're all the same color scheme means that it doesn't matter. They're all going to look great together.
Yeah, I think they look great, and you did a phenomenal job with the art prints.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah,
one.
those are awesome.
So I will say the other half of the room, which has most of the Star Wars ones, I didn't. So one that's quite high up. It's basically where that animated series print is. It is a Dark Knight print, but it's in my like Star Wars section. It's not as spaced as well, so I try to put 2 inches between all the art prints along this wall because that's all I could actually muster. So the end of this wall, like where that Batman statue is, I think there's like maybe 12 inches between the corner. On the other side, there's only 5. So if that tells you how many art prints are going to be on this wall. So this wall's 28 feet long, and it's going to be like almost back-to-back art prints. So spacing is important because, and right now I have the whole wall as far as like one layer is up. So I'm just working on, I basically went horizontally first, and now I'm going to go vertically. I should have honestly sent you progress pictures of when I was laying this out. I sent some to Danny Lee and Eddie, but I use painter's tape. So I'll actually like put the painter's tape on the frame, because some of the frames, if you think they're supposed to be a set size, they won't be, just because not all manufacturers are perfect, right? So I'll put the painter's tape along the edge of the frame, and then I'll use a laser level to kind of like set the baseline. So I'll determine how high I want them up on the wall, use that laser level, and then I'll basically just place the tape along the wall and with the spacing so that I know. So then when I go to hang them, I'm just basically trying to hang them up where the tape starts, if that makes sense. So it's a system that works for me, but it is a pain. And I also have tried not to do it all at weird hours because I have neighbors, and they haven't said anything yet. But I'm surprised they haven't, as far as like how many nails I've had to put in the walls for these. But it's not my first time doing a gallery wall, but this is going to be the largest gallery wall I've ever put together. So wish me luck for the future.
Brenton had a quick question for you, CC. Which do you like more, Batman or Star Wars?
That is very, very, I can't answer that.
That's a double-edged sword.
That's how close it is. So yeah, like if you were to put a gun to my head, I don't think I'd be able to give you an answer on that one. I think there's different parts of both that I really like. Obviously, there's a lot to love with Star Wars, but Batman is just very personal to me. Honestly, I was thinking about it recently because I watched Constantine. 2005 was an excellent year for movies. I guess made a huge impression on me because we got V for Vendetta, Batman Begins, Constantine. I started reading comic books. So Batman's a little more nostalgic for me. I didn't really get become like a hardcore Star Wars fan. I honestly until Disney took over. If I'm quite fair,
Oh wow.
it was the prospect of more Star Wars that made me get more into Star Wars and appreciate the originals.
Well, Cece, like, I guess one quick question for you that I have. Whenever we, like, in the statue world, like, we keep collecting. I'm sure in every, like, art print world and everything else, you keep collecting until, like, I guess you die. So, expansion-wise, do you see yourself going custom cabinets or still continuing, like, going to IKEA and buy cabinets from IKEA just to keep it all synchronized?
So I actually have debated if I couldn't do customs because I am renting. If when I'm a homeowner, then maybe I'd consider it again. But I think for now, I don't have it hasn't been an issue finding something pre-made. It's just it takes more of a thought process, if that makes sense. I will tell you, at a hell of a time, I'm right after this. Hence, I think I'm not the only one with plans. Like right after the stream ends, I'll be unboxing the NYC Enfys Nest, which was a statue that was an exclusive with Rogue One 6. And I knew what I wanted to display that with, and that's a prop helmet that I don't have in hand yet. So I actually had to ask the custom maker, like, hey, can you give me the dimensions of this helmet? This sounds really weird, first world problems, but I'd like to put this statue on top of a cabinet that's gonna have that helmet. And so therefore I'd like to know the dimensions of the helmet. And it was such a pain because the helmet, it's the Lando skiff guard helmet. So it's the one where he's like in disguise on the skiff guard. It's got like weird bone things up here, and the top is leather. It's going to be on a custom base, so it's going to be taller than your average helmet. So it did take a lot of digging to find something. So yes, the pre-made thing is a freaking headache. I don't know how much longer I'm going to deal with that headache, but I'm also not in a capacity to make something because I don't have a garage. I am in a condo. So far, I've been fine with the pre-made stuff. But do I have to spend a lot more time thinking about it than I think people who can just make something or go the custom route? Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. John or Sean, do you have any questions for a CC setup or anything before we go to the next?
No, I think her vision is clear, concise. I think the way she has everything set up right now is nice and clean and not overcrowded. Like I said, I love the art prints. The way you have the art prints done on the wall is beautiful.
And then actually, I just realized you definitely see the Batman print I have on the floor next to the black and white cabinet.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a Keaton print, and it's one of my favorites. And obviously, it's not on the wall yet, but so that cabinet's in my bedroom. So my bedroom's gonna have all my black and white art prints because I figured this room's so colorful.
It'll match well with the cabinetry.
It's good to have a plan for sure.
Yep, and I'm a neurotic.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna go to Sean's collection. CC, thanks. Sean, man, like you are brave for putting some shelves up randomly on the wall. Like, the first thing, really quick, I'm really horrible at decorating, so I go with like the default in my head. I'm just like, all right, put like storage cabinets there, and that's it. Like, I feel like this takes a little bit of approach of like design. So I like that right there, like...
I've had to start working vertically. I have 3 others of these same shelves that I'm thinking about where it's gonna be put, and I'm thinking it's gonna be somewhere right here above the computer. But putting that Zord up there and the morphers and all that kind of stuff, like it scared the shit out of me. And just outside this door, here is the kids' playroom. So when their cousins are over, when friends are over, they're bouncing and hitting and yeah, exactly, you know. And I'm just like, no, please just don't fall over. Like my wife just put like one of those like sizing height charts up here. And the first thing I asked her is, please go into the media room, make sure nothing fell off those shelves. You know, because she was nailing it in. But I really like to do those, the square cubed bookshelves and stuff, and the geometric ones, just to have figures on different levels and stuff. And I think it looks really cool. I needed, in this case, I needed something a lot longer to kind of do my in-game display. So I did a lot of searching and a lot of digging on Amazon and Target and stuff like that to find that particular piece so that I can spread out my in-game pieces, so they're just not kind of standing all in one spot. And then, you know, I was getting heavy into the Hot Toys for a minute, especially the in-game stuff like you see here, and just having the space for it. You know, and knowing I was getting that Iron Spider from the PS4 game, you know, needing a big space for that. Same with the Thanos. The Thanos was kind of hard to fit in there, and also putting comic books behind them. So this is probably my favorite display that I have. I don't mind not having them covered, stuff like that. The dust does build up. I'm really bad at taking care of it. But I had to convince my wife on that next one. I had to convince my wife to let me use one of the garage shelves to use for my statues and stuff. And I mean, it's awesome. You know, a lot of those garage shelves have the holes on the front side as well. And I was lucky enough to pick up some that don't have the holes in the front. So it makes for a really, really clean look. The only other thing I want to do to these are add some lighting, but just haven't invested the money or the time into it yet. My big goal for all of these shelves is to have lighting on all of it, and then have it synced to the portal entrance for in-game, and have the in-game display start systematically lighting up, and to reveal every figure and stuff. So that's a goal for the future. But yeah, I mean, I think the cubed pieces work really well with the 112 stuff, and I don't want to get like DTOFs or anything like that, because I've seen a lot of collectors use them and just pack them in with 112 stuff. It's like you have 50 figures in there, but you can't really see anything, you know. So. And then I have a lot of like this particular one I bought off of Facebook Marketplace here locally. Took really good care of it and stuff, and just I like it because you could stand them up, you could lay them down, whatever works best for you, you know. And I just chose.
I think I have 2 of those.
Yeah, you know, I want the one with the fourth cube. I saw a display on a Power Ranger Lightning Collection group that I'm on, and this guy did something really cool with them, so I might mimic some of what he tried to do. But yeah, they're really solid. They're also really light. You can put quite a bit of them in there. So, but again, I like to kind of space it out. Steve, do you have the one with the 4 cubed one? Did we pass that one up already?
Let me see. No, John is next. No. 4 cube one.
Yeah, these ones. So like this is the only one that I really kind of have jam packed. You kind of see some of my figures fell over, but the Gorgonites, the small soldiers, was the only one I really packed in there. But those are some old figures too, so I wanted all of those together. But yeah, it gives a lot of space on the top, and you utilize all that kind of space, and makes for a really cool display.
So that's probably a calyx, you think? The 4?
Yeah, I think that's what like IKEA calls them, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I think these ones are from Target, so I don't know if they're called calyxes or.
So
definitely deeper.
Yeah, the one that you have with the 3, um,
Uh huh.
where it's like more vertical. If
Uh
it's
huh.
the 2 that I have, I actually got them from Walmart, and they're really
Mm-hmm.
inexpensive. The only reason why I didn't take a photo of them is because that Star Wars area of my living room is a total mess right now because I'm organizing art prints. But
You don't
I
see the
have
CC
them.
right here. Look at this.
Well,
There's no
How'd
shame.
you
in
know?
yeah, this corner
I'm kidding,
right
Sean, I'm
over
kidding.
here, that corner right over there on the other side of the couch. There's a couch right here. It has posters. It has my Infinity Gauntlets and just a bunch of like random comic book stuff that I'm trying to figure out what to do with. So I'm in the same boat. And then
We're
literally
spilling
right
all of
here, I
our
got about
streaming
yeah,
secrets. Make sure
exactly.
it's out of the frame, and then you're good. But
Yeah, like this looks super clean. Like, come on,
It
guys, I
does.
take
I was
care
like,
of my
man, this guy's
stuff.
organized. It's symmetrical.
that
Everything's
3 cube.
perfect.
So the reason I got it is because I wanted a pedestal, and I almost
Uh-huh.
debated buying pedestals for statues.
Yes.
I have my Thrawn on throne, and then I have another one for the Boba Fett on throne, and they're going to be on either side of my TV, basically. But as much as I like the look of pedestals, like from Pedestal Source, where they're
Hmm.
solid, you can get black ones, you can get white ones, and you can get ones that have like the built-in lights and stuff. I just don't have the space. So the closest thing I can get is those to look like a
Yeah.
pedestal and also have the cubes. And I thought, worst case scenario, if anyone's in the same boat that I am, where you like the look of a pedestal, but it's a cost situation because I think
Hmm.
those solid pedestals from something like Pedestal Source, which I think is one of the more economic options, I think they're like, it would have been like 200 and something dollars, and that
No.
they're based in Colorado. So that was like with the really cheap shipping because they're in my
Uh-huh.
state. But I don't see why you couldn't take that cube with the 3 and just turn it so
Oh
you
yeah.
can't see the cubes. So then you just
That's
have the
true.
flat, either the
You'd have the
face of
long
the
side.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, stuff like that.
I
I'm looking
I
for MacGyver ways to make it look
I
more
Come on,
expensive.
no
originally
budge.
bought the 3 cubed. I originally bought the 3 cubed for the Power Ranger stuff right there. That's being highlighted, and then realizing I did not have enough space because what I'm not showing yet here is that I have several Zords. You know, I have a 2 sitting on the floor here, and I got a couple others that I kind of had to fudge into my statue case just to kind of find room for them. But Steve, to answer your question from the beginning on those floating shelves, that was all my wife as far as design goes. I was like, listen, this is what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking. Make it come true.
Well, at least
And
you gave her credit, man. So that's good.
yeah,
That's
you
okay.
know, so and I was like, I want it like this. I want like a leveled thing going on here. And this is what we came up with. I got 3 more. And then for UCC, like where I got these, this was on sale on Amazon. Uh, Originally 35 $30 $25, somewhere around there, $25 to $35 each. And then they went on sale for 15, and I picked up 2 of them, 2 sets.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I was super happy about those. And then you get the little coin holders. There's like on that same Lightning collection group that I'm on, a guy showed his collection. He had those, and I immediately asked him because I'm like, originally I just kind of had them laying down on the floor or on the shelf, and I didn't really like that. And then he showed those, and he gave me the link, and I was like, these are perfect. Bought them. I think it comes with like 15 of them, so I still got quite a few left, and it's
You have more
working
to
out
collect,
really
you
well.
said?
I actually do need some of those little plastic displays because I think I'm out of them. I think I have a few for my badges. Like I have like
Uh-huh.
the Gotham PD badges in the Dark Knight cabinet or in the boxes that came in. But at work, I have like the little acrylic stands. I think the ones I got are actually for like gemstones, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Like for like you put a rock there and it holds the rock.
Yeah.
But I love that you use the vertical space because I don't feel like enough people do. The only reason why I don't is because I have this expensive paper blocking my way. But if you're also concerned about them falling, like if anyone hits the wall or vibrations or anything, I've told my sister this too. So she collects art prints, but she doesn't go as hard as I do. A lot of hers aren't actually framed. She just like puts them on a picture ledge. She has 2 picture ledges.
Sure.
But because it's a ledge, she essentially just leans the art print against the wall. I've told her if it's anything that's heavy enough that she thinks it'll fall, if there's any kind of vibration to the wall, it'll just fall forward. Have you considered you might be able to do like Velcro or command strips?
I
Like on the
have.
back of that.
I've had bad luck with command strips. You know, they're
Well, not
supposed
for
to
the
pull.
shelf, but for the items. So like if you have a figure that touches the wall, like
Oh,
put
yeah.
a little bit on like the feet of that figure. I apologies if that verbiage is
Yeah.
incorrect.
No, I know what you're saying.
Or
Very.
on those on those things, I don't know what they are. They're like square coins. So if you use something like a command strip for where that part hits the wall, so like you got a command strip right here that's just
Uh-huh.
between the wall and that, so that if something does hit that wall, it's not going to topple forward.
Okay.
Because
That's
that's
something
something.
to think about.
Yeah. Or blue tack. I think blue tack might leave a residue, but that's a great idea too. That's something I'd be willing to experiment with also.
I might be crazy, but that shelving unit you have on the bottom, with the right anchors, do you think you can anchor that to the wall?
Like kind of like float it.
Yeah.
That's
You're-
kind of a cool idea, but I don't
Not-
think the
not-
anchors it comes with. But
No, not the anchors. No way the anchors it comes with. You'd have to buy like.
you have to buy some heavy duty like Home Depot stuff.
It may even have to go into the studs.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
since you don't have that much weight on these, like I play around a lot with wall anchors, and they're strong wall anchors now. They hold up to 75 to 125 pounds. So I don't see this being more than 100 pounds altogether. So
Yeah.
those anchors, if you get the right anchor, and if you also get the right what's it called bracket, you can move it
Yeah.
up here, and those things will hold it.
I think
But
that would
that's
look
what I have
awesome.
these guys
That would
on.
be
Draw.
crazy legit. I had never thought about floating
I
those.
swear to
Well,
God.
you know, that's why you
Or
gotta
you
have John.
could-
in here.
You could also stack another unit and bracket it.
that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you can mount that on the wall because IKEA. I have a Calex actually. It's like right off screen, but it's gonna be where my comic Batman statue. I say a comic Batman statue because I'm trying to just get the one. Will it end up going? But they do advertise that you could kind of like lay them down like I have mine, or you could actually mount them on the wall. That one, I think you could also, if you kind of like outgrew that space, you could stack another one on top. But I would recommend just bracketing it. And if anyone knows, I'm going to drop his name again, Steve from Rogue 16. He kind of became well known for he uses in his collection Billy bookcases. But what he does is he actually doubles them up. So he just one unit will have the backing, the other unit will not have any backing, and he brackets that unit to the other one. So he ends up with like basically a bookcase that's twice as thick as a normal Billy, if that makes sense. And what's cool is he could also put like glass shelving in one of those bookcases. So he'll have glass towards the back, and then the front will still be open. So he could put like taller things in front, or vice versa. So yeah, I think seeing people like that who get really creative. Also, I almost debated sending Steve a link, but I thought casual a link, but I was like, I'm not going to say girly, but I think that's like a little in the weeds. But there's companies that will make things to kind of like supplement IKEA furniture. So I plan on getting, well, actually, it's in my car still. I have a Besta frame that I'm going to put right here, and I'm going to put my Michael Keaton cowl here, hopefully in an acrylic case. But for the Besta frame, I've seen people, if they don't like the look of a Besta frame just being on the floor, or with the little like plastic kind of like pegs that they use as feet, essentially as legs. For the Besta, there's companies that you could buy like custom legs for. So I plan on doing that to elevate the frame a little bit and make it look like an actual piece of furniture as opposed to like a cube that I just set on the ground. But yours are on carpet, just like mine's on carpet. So I'm not going to do, like if it's on carpet, I can understand. There's no reason to have legs on it. But right here, it's going to have, like it's wood flooring. So I'd prefer legs for it. But yeah, I think it's nice to think outside the box and kind of DIY your own stuff. Like putting that on the wall or putting legs on a cheap piece of IKEA furniture to make it look a little more expensive.
Yeah, like the crazy thing too is Etsy has like crazy ideas in there. I try not to go there so much because like I get lost in those things. But
It's
yeah,
dangerous.
it's fun, man. I love the double stacked idea because like again, you don't have that much weight on these guys, so double stacking them I don't think is gonna be an issue. And if it is, just anchor them. But also you could double stack this guy. You could double stack this guy.
Yeah.
Just
Well, and I was thinking about on that 3-cubed one, laying it down and stacking one of these up on it, but I was just like, I don't want to lose the top space, you know. I
Oh,
needed
yeah.
I needed the top space of it, so I didn't want to lose out on that.
Oh, you mean like the top? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like if I were to lay that 3-cube down, it's a lot of room. It was just too low to the ground, which is why I took the Power Rangers off of it. Ended up buying this one for like $10 on Marketplace.
Deal's a
You
deal,
know.
man. So, Cece, I don't know if you could send the link to Sean or the picture to Sean, but the double Billy bookshelf is really cool. A cool idea. Eddie showed us one time. The way she was
Okay.
explaining it, you could put a glass shelf, like whenever you get a chance. It doesn't have to be now.
And those were Steve's photos that Eddie had. I
Oh,
remember
really?
I watched that
Yeah.
episode. I loved it. It was
Hey.
basically all about displays. So if you
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
if you like what we're talking about, go find that one. But yeah, I could try to find it and send it to you, Sean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool because the glass shelf would help you put those rangers in the background, and like you could put others under it or like whatever you want under it.
That'd be
Like,
cool.
It's yeah, it's
And I
gives
think
you a
they
little
would
bit of
look
depth.
I think that would look a lot nicer than using risers. I have a weird
Yeah.
love-hate relationship with risers. So I do want to get one for you can't see it, but you could probably see the top of the head of my Joker mask back here. But so that one I do think so that glass shelf I could adjust fully. These cabinets came with 2 glass shelves. Obviously, I don't need them. It's almost like I could just split it in half. But I have thought about I like clear acrylic, but I just think for some reason it could look cheap. So the idea I had, and I haven't done it yet because stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
Not the risers, but I'd like to get an acrylic riser to lift that Joker mask up a little bit and bring it a little closer to the cowl. But I don't like I love the base, the wooden base. It's Queen Studios with the plaque. I don't want to lose that. So just a riser to rise it up, but I don't like the idea of it looking like it's just floating. So what I'm gonna buy is prop stacks of cash. So like
That's cool.
like movie stacks of 100 and just
Yeah.
brick them up around the front so it looks like it's just sitting on a stack of cash, like from the scene from the movie where he sets it on fire. And I told one of my coworkers this, and he was like, "Do you plan on setting a few of them on fire?" And I was like,
Yeah, yes, you are.
"Brilliant! Like, so are you
can
gonna get the
find
lighter?
like
fluid?
some
My
fire
plates are yours.
effects?
Yes, like
Find some fire effects and put some lights in them or something like that, and just
right."
kind of have them flickering. That would be so
That'd
cool.
be cool.
And
You got to put that on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Cash or something.
This has to happen. Help CC fund this.
MacGyvering
no-
my own.
But this
burning
is
stack.
this stand though. I'll just call it a stand, but I think is really awesome. You know, like these metal ones.
Mhm.
You know, I really didn't want to go the whole DTOF, but like I always wanted to kind of have the more industrial look in this particular room, just kind of the way with the shelves and stuff like that. And I think this would really look nice for
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do with some of the stuff. You know, maybe even move something out of the way so something else can replace it. You know, it's small enough to put in a corner or you know, just like off to the side somewhere. So those are really cool.
I
Have to
do.
check them out.
They're really easy to put together. I live alone. I put them together by myself. I love the glass. And also, like I said, the lighting. So I have Vestas, I have Calex, and the idea of lighting them kind of makes me nervous because hiding those cords, I think, could be a lot more difficult. But with these, the puck lights at the top, the cord I've just fed through the front. So like that front corner that's like closest to me if I'm looking at like so that corner is where I fed the wire through, and I actually just pinched it where the brackets are for the glass. So there's already these little like tabs that hold the glass in place. I just kind of like wedged the cord through there. And then I just use painter's tape to tape the cord to the bottom of them. with enough space that I could still access the switch. Hence, you can see the cord right there that kind of like cuts through. But yeah, so that's where the cord is. It's kind of like behind the door. So even when I open that door, you can't see the cord at all. So the second I put the lights in here, I clearly didn't do a great job cleaning the glass on that one. Sorry, guys. But the second I put the lights in, I was like, man, if I had more space for these kind of cabinets, I totally would. And what I think is funny, I love Universal. I go to Universal Studios Florida with my family all the time because they live there. They have these tribute stores. So they will have tribute stores where they'll have cabinets, and they're these cabinets that they've painted, and they'll have props in them and tags. Sean, you're muted.
Sorry. Is that the same shop like in their like a Marvel area? You know, they kind of had like
I think I have
mask
seen
and like all these different props.
I think I have seen these in their Marvel gift shops, but I remember seeing them for the first time. I think it was during Halloween, so they had like their tribute store tends to have like concept art of like what they
Yeah.
were thinking about when they developed like the haunted houses for Halloween. And
Yes.
I was like, man, Universal loves these. I love these cabinets. Like I said, they're not terribly inexpensive. They're lightweight, like they're easy to move. I was able to move them by myself when I moved apartments. Um, and now, if the color, so these come in, I think, like the
White and
gray,
gray.
and I don't think they come in black. But like you said, you could always paint them because I have debated, like because they're metal, like you could easily paint them. I'm fine with the gray. Honestly, all my other furniture is black or gray, so I'm totally fine with the gray. But going back to the risers, I do think that more people should be utilizing risers, if that makes sense. I think especially for figures, it it makes a lot of sense to like kind of, and I understand like Sean, you said you need that tabletop. I'm constantly like I need more flat surfaces. I just need more surfaces, like not necessarily cubes or shelves, but I just need flat surfaces for statues and big things and helmets. So I think like if it's something like that where you're running out of space, I think a riser, especially I've seen with hot toys, if people have enough hot toys or like this, like figures, you don't even see the risers. Like all you do is it kind of like just gives you a better chance of seeing the figures that are in the back and the front at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I
I
think.
need to find something for those banshees for Avatar. I'm just, I'm like
And those
this
are beautiful.
corner- This corner right here is like the last corner I actually have to put some stuff. Like this, it's like 95% complete in here.
Hey, John, you were about to say something for like a
For
couple-
CC,
Sorry.
let's take it to another level. Reinforced metal. Take one of these things, reinforce the metal, weld it shut with an extra sturdy lock, bulletproof glass, and you use real cash. You just deplete the savings account and use real cash.
Yep. I could so
Bullet,
I could do that. I could use real cash instead of hundreds. They're gonna be $1 bills,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stop. Like, I'm just gonna go on a no buy for like a year and just be like, it was an expensive riser. What do you want from me? And to answer
bulletproof glass.
Keesis' question, no, I do not wear that mask. I have not worn that one. Nor have I worn the Riddler one, which is downright creepy. But and that one's actually like a placeholder. I'm trying to see if there's a company that makes. They're kind of known for the replica textiles. I'm hoping that they make a replica mask, but those are that and the glasses are placeholders for now.
Cool, cool. John or CC, do you guys have any questions for Sean? Or I think we went over a lot with Sean's, but like, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah,
for
I
him,
think
by chance?
Sean's also a great setup.
Yeah. For what you have, man, it's awesome. I definitely recommend that idea CC brought up about the double bookcases. It'll be really
Yeah, you'll
cool
have
with
to
your
show me
setup.
those. You know, I had on that Lightning Collection group that I'm on, they one guy said, "I love the minimalist storage" or something like that, and I was like, I don't really understand what you're telling me, but thanks, heart it, you know, but
It's cool. Well, Sean, thanks for sharing these, and we're gonna get to John's single picture.
Yeah, mine's not special. Mine's quick.
Yeah.
So I used to be in the bedroom upstairs, but
You got kicked out.
I pretty much got kicked out. Family. Wife wanted to use the spare bedroom, so that's fine. So I'm in the basement, right? So I boxed. I still have like the majority of the collection in boxes to my left. So what I plan on doing, so all I do is get some real sturdy pieces of furniture, solid wood, and just for now. This isn't the plan forever, but I'll put a cover over them, and that's it. They're sturdy. They can hold a ton of weight, no issue there, and that's all I'm doing. I still am in the process of reorganizing because I have a couple of 1/3s coming in, so I have to literally gut this and organize it properly. When you start getting pieces like the size of that Bane, it becomes very difficult to do that.
So just to give you guys perspective, this is a dining room table right here. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
noticed.
That's a table.
Yeah, that's like a table for 5 right there.
So, John, do we get to know what's behind that curtain? Right
Oh
there?
yeah, that's a good question.
Which curtain? This curtain?
Yeah.
It's flipping unfinished basement is what it is. You want to see unfinished basement?
Okay.
I have to.
I will say, I've always kind of like wondered, like what's behind the curtain. But I thought, like, you know what? I think it's an unfinished basement. And the same with the furniture pieces, where I'm like, I know they're covered in cloth. I bet they just don't match. But honestly, this looks killer.
Yeah,
And like with the lighting, I think it's almost like
It really does.
the
Though.
wizard. The wizard behind the curtain. Like this looks fantastic.
Wow.
Just
Like,
like this, like you know what I
if-
mean? Like it works
just
for now.
For
Absolutely.
now, it's just
Get some
half-ass.
drywall. Get some drywall up, paint it black, and do exactly what you're doing.
Oh no. When I finished, that's why I haven't finished it yet. Because when I finish it, I'm gonna go I want to go all out. So I'm thinking for now of just taking the left side down and doing what I'm doing and just expanding for now. But the whole side is boxes with still tons of stuff. So
there's a guy in our statue groups. His name is Aiden, and he came up with the same idea almost. He uses oak wood furniture.
yeah,
So he puts dressers that are supposed
Exactly.
to be 3-drawer dressers.
Yep.
They're sturdy as anything. Like, you know, my mom has that type of like furniture where you're like,
Yep.
you like moving inside the moving truck. Is it okay? She's like, don't worry about it. It's okay.
yeah.
But like, yeah, those are so sturdy, and like you put a cover or even paint them like Aiden did. Like he painted them all black, and it gives it that museum look. And you could put any amount of weight you want on them, and just it's
Precisely. I do a little furniture refinishing on the side as a hobby, and you won't find anything more sturdy in my opinion. Those old dressers, and then the best thing about them, if they're pristine, you can use them the drawers for storing the swap outs, swap out pieces and everything.
Yeah.
A few comics here and there, whatever you have. So it's like win-win. But yeah, they are crazy sturdy.
And you could find them cheap. You know, a lot of people love getting rid of those to get modern stuff. So
Yeah.
like, you could get them really, really cheap. And I never knew this was on a dining room table, man. Like I love round tables. So I saw it. I was like, oh, that's
Bro, 3/4 of a table.
That's crazy.
The
Does
I
it
don't
have
know.
the leaf in the middle so you could expand it later?
It has no, not this one. So both the left and right side drop down. So it's there's center legs.
So it could be like a square table too.
Not Oh yeah, not square. Like picture that left side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sort of square. I see what you're saying. Sort of like
Like you would
rectangular.
drop down so
Yeah.
you have like a four-sided as opposed to
Exactly,
like an
but
oval.
nothing would fit on that. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. I mean,
Like Bane is eating the left
the
leaf
space.
and the center. Yeah.
he wants to push over that Joker right there.
So yeah, this is just what I'm playing with for now. I went to IKEA yesterday, and IKEA's prices popped.
Yes.
Like insanely skyrocketed. Like I used to buy my Detolfs for like $70 Canadian. I had 13 of them, 12 or 13 that I got rid of when I left upstairs and came down here. I got rid of them. Stupid me. $139 for a Detolf here. One Detolf.
Sitting on gold, man. But then you gave
Yep.
it away.
And then I gave it away.
Insane.
I sold them for around 60, $70 a pop. More or less what I paid.
Yeah.
Hey, if you were to sell them now, I could have a riser right now.
Wow.
of statues.
CC, we have feelings too, you know.
But I didn't want to bring them down here just because of the. You always hear that people have experiences with them popping, the glass popping, and then with the temperature fluctuation here,
Okay.
because it is a basement from colder to a little bit warmer. I didn't want to take that risk.
Back kid's asking you, where is that DK Prime 1 gonna go?
I know, back kid. I'm working on it. I'm
That's
working on
tomorrow's
it.
problem. So
I'm trying to. Me and him are chatting, chit chatting.
But
Actually, I
also,
have. Sorry, tomorrow I have the. What's it called? Fabok coming in. Detective 1000 coming in tomorrow.
are you gonna unbox it on Monday?
No, I'm planning to unbox it. Not tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, I'd love to hop on if you're gonna do it live,
Hell yeah, I'll let you know for sure.
because that was a very tempting statue, but I'm okay. I gotta restrain myself.
still thinking about
You know,
it.
I wasn't. I'll say this quick. I wasn't into the piece, to be frank. You know, everybody got it in and everybody loved it, and that leg just wasn't doing it for me. And then I was sitting here one day and I was looking at some photos, and I fell in love with the Prime One Penguin. I think that's such a phenomenal piece, but I don't like the Batman on the building with the fabric cape. So I said to myself, wait a second. If I took the Fabok Batman, elevated it, put it on a riser and elevated it, and then had the penguin at its feet, I think it would look phenomenal. Because he's actually looking directly down, and I think it could fit perfectly together. So that's going to be the end goal.
I didn't want to say what Brenton just said, but then Brenton just said it. So
Brenton's a
You
shit
think-
disturber.
he
Someone
did
block that
mention
guy.
your popcorn maker, which is what Doom is in. I was gonna call it a popcorn maker, but what's the company name? So Ethan from Merlin Models, who does like the Star Wars models, like the AT-AT and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a Kickstarter campaign. He's starting a company that makes display cases that look just like that, almost.
Okay.
So they're black, but they have like the built-in lights. I've been told they're trying to be inexpensive about it, but it's something that's on my radar. I don't, as much as I love these and the fact that they're encased in glass, everything else is pretty much like open. I don't like a lot of acrylic cases just because I think it makes the items seem a little like not too precious, but it makes it seem like too sterile in my opinion, like museum like. And this is my house. It's not, let's be honest, like nothing's museum like if there's, trash outside of the frame. But I that's a project. I think it's called Pendragon Designs. Something Pen.
He's in the
It's not
States?
Dragon. I think it's in the States,
Okay.
but they also have a lot of international customers. But I think it's the early stages, so I can keep an eye on that for you.
Sure.
But it sounds like, and they used a lot of different items as examples of what will fit in. They have multiple different sizes, so it's not just statues and helmets, but things like AT-ATs and
wow,
like
yeah.
big scale models. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, I can keep you posted.
I'd love to do that. Like, for me, I wouldn't, like, once everything's finished, I'd love to do the whole museum look. Or just a wall of custom made, not to mount on the wall, but to be on the floor. Just like I have now, just a wall, straight wall of sturdy shelving, and have everything distanced appropriately, and then have like a glass over it. That would be ideal. But when you're dealing with third scale, it's so difficult to get that cover, unless you have someone or someone in the business or something, 'cause it would become so costly.
Hey John, is that a Fabok Batman, the one where he's kicking Joker? Is that the one you're getting, or
No, Fabok Batman is the one where he's on the rooftop with the cape flowing in the wind
wrong one?
with the smoke.
CC, you gotta get out of here.
Yes, so if you guys want to continue talking, I'll catch it on the replay, but I gotta go bounce to do the unboxing on Rogue One 6.
Okay.
Always good to see you, CC.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having me. I
Good to
appreciate
see
it.
you, CC.
Have a good rest of your night.
See
You as
ya.
well.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Sorry, I'm gonna put the pictures back up. But I guess, John, a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, like, I haven't seen Aiden post up a lot, but you're looking for that kind of look where it's like a big, like U-shaped wall with like one layer of statues around, or
Well, that's what I'm doing now for the streaming, right? I have my little corner here. I have something here to my right with hot toys, but I'm kind of getting those cleared out. And then I'd like to continue it and just do like a U shape just for now as things are not prepped down here. Just for the streaming, right? It'll give me enough room to display the way I want to. But then once everything's done, it's just going to be, I guess, around the entire basement. I'll have, once it's finished, a TV area, and then I'll have the rest of the wall space where I can kind of build, kind of like I have now, a setup like you're looking at now, with covers, appropriate covers, cleaned up so they're draped properly, that can hold a lot of weight, and then have each piece lined up. I personally like the museum look.
yeah, yeah, especially with the 1/3 stuff, like that's
Yeah.
gonna look really great. The quarter scale stuff. I know you're like on 2 scales right now with the.
Yeah.
I know you have Hot Toys as well, but are you gonna mix them in like you have right here, or
Sure.
are you gonna spread them out? Okay.
I'm into everything. I'm not gonna specifically just sell, let's say, quarter and stick to third. I'll be, if it's a piece I like, I'll definitely be interested in it. I'm taking more of now an approach into Batman's world, so that's the direction I'm taking the collection now, just to be a little bit more focused. But yeah, I'm open to both scales, definitely.
Awesome. Okay.
So
Sean.
I have a question
Yeah.
off topic a little bit. What is John? What does the wife say about the collection? About how you have it? You know, how you fund it? Just like in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah. Can I use my Fifth Amendment? She's fine with it. She's okay with it. She's known I've collected since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, back then it wasn't third scale. It was, quarter scale statues and hot toys. But yeah, she supports it. I'll show her a piece, and she'll come watch us on YouTube when I'm on sometimes. So she's okay with it.
It's awesome.
She says, well, wouldn't it be nice, because she sees all the pieces coming in, and, they get pricey and stuff. Oh, you could put that money towards finishing the basement, this and that. And she's right.
But you got to get the piece.
But you got to get the piece, yeah. I've even thought of doing something outside, like a shed. Like those house sheds?
A he shed.
A he shed, yeah. But like the ones that are like, half the size of a house with a roof, like one level, little bungalow. Wow, Pudgy. I hate this.
Hey, Pudgy.
I've been hanging around you guys, so I'm part American.
Oh, okay, cool.
But something even outside, like a bungalow style, insulated, proper roof, heating, air conditioning, like a little house, separate house, and kind of having the collection out there, and then keeping the basement for living rooms, like living space, family space,
like an in-law house.
exactly, like an in-law,
Yeah.
100%. But then I thought, geez, if I go out there and stream till like midnight, then I gotta walk outside, come back in the house. I'm gonna have to build a tunnel from the flipping shed to the house. I don't know. We'll see. There's options. I'm in no rush.
I think that's like there's a beauty to it. To be honest, like you have all these statues, and now you gotta like set them like when we were kids, right? Like
That's what
wanna
it
set
is.
them- Yeah.
This is not set up whatsoever. I got Marvel, DC. It's a
Got to find the right place.
no time. Yeah, no time, and we'll see. Slowly, I'm gonna. I want to have fun with this project because once it's done, then it's done. It's what I mean. Like
It's admiring at that point.
yeah,
The
like this
hard work's gonna
Batman.
pay off, yeah.
I literally unboxed this Batman 2 weeks ago. He's been in the box for I don't even know. Probably the 90% of the time I owned it. And I got this guy like whenever he came out, 2012, 2013.
Wow.
So it's time to let the pieces air out and enjoy them.
Hell yeah. Let them breathe. Let them, admire them and everything. The Joker I used to have, the Batman I've never had, but like I've seen it before, and the sculpted cape on a premium format, it's killer how they did it. It's awesome.
Leg sucks, but the base and the cape And the portrait is, for its time, spot on.
True museum, John.
It's getting there.
Other
Curator
pieces are
John.
getting there first, though. No, that's awesome, man. Like, I definitely admire like the rare pieces that you do have, and like I love the Thanos on Throne exclusive. But
Man, I cannot wait to pick that piece up. I want it so bad.
here you go. Phoenix says 10-year plan unboxing.
Exactly. You love to see it.
What's up? What's up, Ed COVID? But yeah, man. Thanks for sharing, John. I know it's like the picture to get, but it's like I can't wait to see it like 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's gonna look great.
It'll probably be the same.
Yeah, take your time. No, awesome. So I got some other people's pictures as well, like Danny, Danny Lee, Mr. 9.8. I love this because this is Majucase, right?
Is it? I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it is.
So Majucase is like what a lot of collectors tend to go to because they're sturdy. They're like, they give you that museum look and everything. They're really, really compact. But yeah, man, Danny did it right. I love how Danny's setup. I always see it in the background, and the way he does it is just always spot on.
Yeah.
Like, I see a lot of characters. There's a lot of figures in there, but it doesn't look cluttered, if that makes sense, the way he set it up. Like, every single one looks like it has a purpose to me.
What I appreciate with Danny is the fact that he poses well.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to pose the figures.
Yeah. That's what I love, too. They're not all in, like, museum style. Like, they're all doing something. Like, look at this. This is, like, I'd be scared to do this. That's amazing right there.
No stands, clean. He does a good job.
Yeah. All of them. Yeah. But yeah, Mr. 9.8.
That Hulk is awesome.
Yeah. Could learn a lot from him. And he has like a section for like all the characters that he loves too, which I really like. Gives you like a little piece of, what's in Danny's head. It's really cool.
Explains a lot.
Mythos, Boba, I love that piece. But yeah, he Mr. 9.8. What do you guys think? Sean, would you consider Majucases or?
I would absolutely consider Majucases. Do I want to go through the struggle of getting them and paying for them and stuff? Not sure yet. I think that's too much stuff I want to do and big plans for the kids here in the next couple of years and stuff like that. So I got to balance it out with collecting and the kids now and stuff like that, making their dreams come true too.
I forgot to read this one. Bad Kid says, I have an ADU on my property. I was planning to make it a collection room. Then the wife commandeered it for an office. Yeah.
Which is why when we bought this house, she got an office and I got a media room.
So John, as soon as you build that room or that little house in the backyard, like just remember, put her in the deed or the title, House of John or something.
House of John.
No
Put
intruders.
something ridiculous in there.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I've always wanted to do is that whole like bookshelf where you open. They're easy to build.
The secret doors.
The secret door. I want to do that. If I do it in the basement,
much.
I'll add that.
Yeah.
I want to kind of take out these two doors and just put like a random ass bookshelf right there, and have a book you got to pull down to open up
Exactly.
and stuff.
It's pretty straightforward to do. It's not difficult.
A piano tone. That'd be cool.
Get the
Goonies.
Batman Shakespeare bust
Oh yeah.
where you have to open it and push the button and then.
Yep. Man, there was a guy on that TV show Comic Book Man who did that.
Yeah.
He had the whole thing, man.
One day, man.
But for the house, the everyday house, you just call it the everyday house.
Exactly. One day.
So the next picture I have is from a guy named Richard, and I asked everybody in the group to post pictures of their collection and to tell us a little bit of why they chose this setup. But Richard says, I compiled this from Amazon and IKEA with mostly white shelving to let the light bounce more and allow the silhouettes not to get lost with dark backgrounds. Try to give the smaller scale figures their own space and the bigger pieces room up top. So, yeah, this is crazy, man. This is like almost like a museum, like in a sort of way.
That one
Like,
on
he
the
has-
left scares the shit out of me, though.
Yeah, right?
All those
Like all the
Batman pieces
Batmans.
like that. But I actually, I really like the one on the right with all the like the geometric boxes on different levels and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's kind of what I had seen that I wanted to do with the cubed one, and put it in between the 9 shelf one that I have. So
Oh, that'd be nice
That-
too. Yeah.
that's kind of what my idea was. So I really like that, and just all those Marvel pieces are amazing.
He has
Yeah,
a little
looks
bit for
great.
everything.
Well lit,
so-
and he's right. The white is the way to go there.
Yep.
Yeah, it bounces. I definitely love that idea. It really does. But look, he has premium formats up top here. Then he has premium formats up top here. He has a Gambit sideshow premium format on top of that. Like, this guy is not fearful of earthquakes or anything. Like, he must not have kids, right?
Where does this guy live?
Yeah. It's a beautiful setup. Like, I definitely, yeah. I need to talk to Terry Gotham Cenobites, because I'm horrible with lighting. I'm really bad with lighting, but this guy's using spotlights, LEDs, and I'm not like, I need Terry to guide me through it. It's really cool. But Richard, thanks for sharing this one. Terry, this is the guy I was just telling you about. I don't know if you know him, Sean. He's Gotham Cenobites, and yeah, he's our Hellraiser guy.
Oh no, I don't.
So these are 2 garage shelves put together on I think in his bedroom too. Like, he gets to see this every morning. But yeah, Terry is a master with lighting and his little. He has like NECA turtles on the bottom, Hot Toys on the right side, and everything Hellraiser up top with like art prints in the back.
Well curated.
Yeah, by far. Like, he took advantage of every square inch of this
Yeah,
weekend.
And
You know,
it
people
looks
would give up
good
on this.
though. Like,
Yeah.
he's got the prints in the back. He's got some lighting there. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
really cool display that he's got going on.
Well, it just goes to show you don't need a crazy amount of space to
No.
Yeah.
to have a well curated collection.
These are 3rd scale, by the way. Sean.
Yeah.
These are huge.
Yeah.
This
The
is what-
Damned, is it not the Damned? The Dark Knight's Metal line.
Dark Knight's
Yep.
Metal right there,
Yeah.
the yellow one, right?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. The Grim Knight, Batman Who Laughs, the Red Death.
Yeah, I'm not a DC guy at all. So even when
hate to hear it.
working at the comic shop, I was like, DC, I don't know, guy. Let me get you somebody.
Yeah.
Ask me something Marvel, I got you.
This is great, though. I always admire his lighting, his collection. He has CGCs, like comic books next to them. Then he even has stands to go with each CGC, which is,
Yep.
over the top, which is great. But yeah,
Well done.
Terry, I'll hit you up soon. Got to do a video on lighting. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the next one real quick, and our boy Razor. I don't know if I'd have a pit bull. Like, I love pit bulls, but these pit bulls are always full of energy and just pop up. You know?
Beautiful dog. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love little big face.
I do like that he lets his dog into his collection room. I mean, there's a lot of people who are very, very particular about that, and
Oh, yeah.
I think that's awesome, I mean, and that's kind of what I had the idea with this room for. It's mainly mine. It's where my collection is. It's where like my happy place is, but the kids can come in here. We could hang out in here as a family, stuff like that. There are certain things that my son does get to play with, at least with the Power Ranger stuff, but he knows what he can and cannot touch, and the baby is really good about not coming in here, and he's just getting old enough for me to be like, you can touch this, but you can't touch that. So we haven't had that talk yet, but maybe another.
You got to
4
get
or
one of
5
those
months.
spray bottles.
No.
Yeah.
Come here, mini me.
Hey, John, Mad Jackal has a question for you. It says, hey, John, is it a pet peeve when a 1/3 piece is short? I'm noticing I don't like when companies hunch a character.
When they're short.
So
Well, I
guess
don't.
the
I don't mind if
Bane-
they hunch, as
Yeah.
long as the statue's well constructed and and displays properly, right? It has to convey, the sculpt has to convey the message that the artist is putting forth, right? Bane is hunched, but Bane is massive, so it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm actually happy that he's hunched, because if he wasn't, my goodness, I wouldn't be able to display him anywhere.
If he was just standing straight up,
Can you imagine?
Like one of the legendary beast pieces, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I have, like I said, I have the cap right behind him, and you can't even see the cap.
Oh yeah.
So I don't mind it. I guess it depends on how the
Or
the
what
sta-
piece he's talking about.
or what piece. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
is it
so
like what was it? A master race, like Batman?
I think the first one was a little hunched.
Yeah, his neck was.
Oh, you're talking about the new one. You talking about the new one with the Robin, the Master Race, the
Well,
Dio.
I'm just saying, like, as a comic book fan, you know that Batman was always super hunched. He was
Hunched.
crazy huge, and then hunched over. You know, like gritty face, bloody face, something like that. You know.
Yeah.
I guess like John, your answer is like it depends on the character and if the final product delivers. Right?
Exactly. I completely agree. I think it's going to be final product and what image the statue is trying to convey, whether it be from a comic panel. I think it'll depend on that.
One more question for John. Hey John, now
I gotta
that
start
you
charging.
have, I know, right? Hey John, now that you have the huge Bane, where are you going to put the LBS Hulk? Is he going to be?
Oh my.
big?
Okay. Phenomenal question. When I unboxed this, I actually had a mini panic attack, because that was the first thought: is holy mac, if this Bane is this size, that Hulk is going to be a monstrosity. No idea where I'm putting him yet. Absolutely no idea.
When you measured the Bane, did you like compare those measurements to the Hulk? What it's supposed to be?
Of course not. I don't measure no.
Okay,
freaking,
that's good. I
Who
was just like,
measures?
don't waste your time.
Just deal with those problems when you're faced with them.
Exactly.
It's pre-placed in his mind. He knows where it's going. He just doesn't want to say it.
No, I
In
really.
my hands.
If I was to get the Hulk tomorrow, it would stay in the box. I'm not even lying.
It
For another
has to
12
because-
years.
It would have
Unbox
to
it
stay in the
then.
box. No, I'd still unbox it, but it'd go right back in the box, because
Jeez, man.
right now
I thought about that gray Hulk. I like the gray Hulk a lot more. That's just me personally.
yeah.
But I'm kind of holding out for that Thanos now, man.
Oh, the
Yeah.
LBS, yeah. He
Yeah.
looks really good as well. I don't think he'd be disappointed.
Ramon, thanks for sharing this picture. I love these are all module cases, by the way, and the
Yeah.
way it's all lit up. That's what module case does best, I think.
I think the way Pat Kid said it, the full wall, glassed, like all the shelves in glass, full wall from floor to ceiling, looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Big Silva says John may have to sell the statue in the popcorn machine for space.
Big Silver, you're interested?
Send it to me, John. Can see it 24/7 on my security camera.
Wow.
Man, you think these people are friends, but then you find out they're no kidding. So Brenton, our boy Brenton, shared these pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Let me read what he said. Brenton says, haven't decided to pursue any more Spider-Man or Daredevil focus. Love both characters. Also haven't decided on scale moving forward. I'm considering 1/7, 1/6, or 1/4.
Yeah. His Daredevil setup right
Yeah.
there, perfection
It's,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
it's perfect.
Perfection,
it's-
clean,
But he has that
simplistic.
brick.
Yeah,
The brick
exactly.
does it, like the street level hero, you know, kind of thing. The brick
Yeah.
is what does it for me on this one.
I'd almost get like not graffiti, but almost like a stencil that
would
says
be cool.
Daredevil and put it there on that brick.
Agree.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So I love how he personalized this too. I think he said this was like a commissioned print with a personalized Daredevil logo on the bottom that they did for him. And then like looks like he got a autographed portrait of the character from Daredevil, and he has the best of the best Daredevil right here.
He was awesome. It was awesome for him because he picked up the original, if I can remember this right, he picked up the original art on the right, which was awesome, on the top right.
Yep.
And then when he took it, I don't know if it was in a frame or I think it was in a frame or something. When he took that out, the sketch was underneath.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
yeah, so that was awesome.
It's right there. It's kind of pixelated, but yeah, it's Daredevil.
There's a remark there and everything. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love these type of collections because they're personalized and it gives a touch to the collector. It's like this is Brenton.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he has his Spider-Man shelf with like his favorite movie, I'm guessing, and I think he won this from Cash on a giveaway. Like he always wins all this stuff.
Horseshoe.
Yeah. But yeah, he's starting to get into like smaller scales as well. So he got the little Spider-Man going on in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know what he needs is like just to drive the Daredevil story home. Is he needs some TMNT stuff in there.
don't give Brenton any more
Yeah,
ideas.
please don't. He was almost going into Batman the other day. I'm like, no, stick to it.
No, Brenton started I think last year with statues, and he's gone pretty deep. but
Yep.
I love what he's got so far. Like
Yep.
everything is like. I think he's keeping a good focus.
It
with
has
his
its
characters.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Brenton just gave a spoiler. Kingpin is coming.
Wow. You'll love to hear it.
Dang.
So, yeah, man. So get rid of these. No kidding.
Oh, Kingpin right here in between Daredevil and Elektra.
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah. So as far as I know, the shelving Brenton uses is garage shelving. So these shelves that everyone uses, most collectors use, they hold unlimited weight. I mean, I think they're like 100 pounds, 200 pounds, but statues like no
Yeah.
problem. But I love his display and everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Man.
Nice. Congrats. Yeah, man. Brenton, great job. And we're getting close to the end. This is by a collector named Steven. I'm going to show all the pictures he posted up really quick because he posted a lot of pictures. Do you guys like the idea of having an island in the middle of the room?
Hell yeah, if you have the space.
Yes.
You know who has that like that?
Yes,
Phoenix.
definitely. Yep.
Phoenix has that. It looks
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I love if you have the
The
space
Superman, right?
with which Superman? He has multiple of
He has all of
Superman.
them,
He has
right?
all of them. The
Jeez.
bloody guy.
Yeah. If I could do something like that, I would.
Yeah.
Probably still with the cubes, but like the bigger like single cubed. Have something below it and statue on top. But yeah, I love this. I like him too. Like on those garage shelves, he's kind of got like a little scene in the back.
Yeah.
Printed something.
So this, like I said, this belongs to a collector named Steven, and he posted these pictures on the group. He said, like many, I started collecting steadily towards the start of the pandemic, and it just spiraled from there. My focus is all widespread. I just purchased pieces that seemed like they would pair well together, and I like to complement a lot of my displays with backdrops, as it elevates the overall presentation, to me at least.
Fantastic.
Star Wars, I love that
Boba
poster
Fett?
from the
Oh,
movie.
the poster. Yeah.
It's a nice touch. He had a bunch more pictures, but for some reason they didn't save onto this folder. But yeah, like he said, he has like
That mummy is legit.
yeah,
That's cool.
the lighting on it. Like
The lighting's great. Yeah.
Yep.
I need to talk to Terry, man. I need to like fly him out here or something. Like
Do y'all know which mummy that is?
I think that's no, I don't know. I'm not too sure on that one.
I can't see
It's from
from.
one of those horror movies, I think.
Well, you're saying which company?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
We should try reaching out to him and finding out. I'd like to find out.
Yeah, that's a really cool piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the group, so yeah.
We'll do it
I'll
after the
message
show.
him.
Yeah.
It's cool. I think this is Conan too, right?
It looks
The
like it.
bystander.
It looks like that.
That's really cool. He has a what's this thing called again? JD.
J&D.
J&D.
The Harley Quinn, yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy mix right here. Prime One, and J&D right in the middle.
That Ivy's on my hit list, that one. Love that piece.
You haven't found it yet? Oh, okay.
No, I think
want
I'm
the-
I think by the end of the year I'll have one.
Okay. Do you want the exclusive or do you just want the regular?
No, I'd like the exclusive if possible.
Okay. I've seen them for sale a couple times, so
Yeah. People
let you know.
upgrading to the skin tone.
I heard that sold out. Is that true?
Last time I checked it, waitlisted.
Okay. I wasn't. Yeah, but Steven, thanks for sharing these. I
Oh
love
yeah,
like
Steven.
Yeah, these little light bulbs, they're Phillips tubes or whatever. You could customize any color you want. I might have to get these because the lighting is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta talk to my boss Terry about everything. So
The pink on the Harley, it's nice. It elevates the collection for sure.
yeah, I really like it. And then we got one from our boy Eddie. So Eddie had this Money Mendez. He had this extra space, not extra space, but empty space that he was thinking of adding his premium formats to. And yeah, this is cool. So these are regular garage shelves, like, with the MDF boards on each one. And what Eddie did is he starts, building them all out, putting his switch outs on the bottom, adjusting the shelves, the height he wants. And then he puts a fabric over each one of them. Yeah. And it elevates it like crazy from this. Like a lot of people just leave it like this. I've seen a lot of collections.
Just how simple is that, Like
I know. Yeah.
And like a staple gun.
Yep.
Get it super tight and just.
Wow.
And I think he's already added the plexiglass on the side. No, he hasn't. Not yet. But yeah, he's going to add plexiglass to it supposedly. And the lighting on this looks flush, man. I can't even tell where the wires are at. And comes out really nice on the bottom right here.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this, man. Then he put them up on the very top. It looks great. I really like it. His store idea is coming to fruition. I really like it. Yeah. Eddie Money Mendez. What do you guys think?
I think it's awesome. I think the workmanship is perfect. It's really creative. What would seem super simple, and then just kind of spacing everything out the way he wants it.
Sean hit the nail on the head. Yep.
I love the idea. It's so simple, and I think these things cost $80 to $120, so it's not that much, like a Mod case. And the lighting, I think he got from eBay and came out really nice. I think
I wouldn't mind trying this to mine. I already have the black boards, but getting some of the acrylic, or some plexiglass or something like that with some Velcro, and just kind of finishing off.
So I've seen people actually double side tape the plexiglass with magnets, and they just stick right on. That holds it up. But I'm sure there's a bunch of videos out there how to customize these things, so it's cool. And okay, then last we have mine. I just took this picture right before. I took this apart. This used to be just one shelf, but now I just added an extra
You're
shelf.
in rebuild mode, right?
Yeah, I'm cleaning it up. And this whole wall is dedicated to bad guys. So I know I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but these shelving racks come from a store called the Container Store. Mm-hmm. And you could rack these any way you want them. If I wanted to move this shelf down some, I can move it down while these two shelves stay right there. And if you wanted to line them up. That's what I love about these shelves. I added them all over the place.
And obviously they support a lot of weight.
Oh yeah. Each 12 inches, I think it's 170 pounds last time they told me.
Wow.
And it's a ton of weight.
That stresses me out when I saw it for the first time. I'll be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Because
Trust
it's
me, man.
I don't know. But how do the rails go in? It's anchored into the stud?
Are you talking about the rails here or the rails up top?
The rails in the back that the shelf
that has
rests
the
on.
slits in it. That has the slits in them.
Yeah, so it's one bar, and each one goes either to a stud or to an anchor that supposedly holds a ton of weight.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of them. There's 1, 2, 3.
Well,
4,
how
5,
is
6, 7.
what's securing it? Is it the bar across or
bar
the
across.
horizontal bars where it
The
clips in?
The horizontal bar is holding everything together.
So you're getting the horizontal bar. Sorry, my question was, so the horizontal bar you have anchored. How about the vertical bars?
So these have little grips to them. So these bars come out These bars come out separately.
Okay.
You can remove them, and then they on the very top they have teeth. So you lay them on top of the rail, and that's it.
So all the weight's being supported by the horizontal bar.
and some teeth.
Bro, this thing would keep me awake at night, man.
I know. But I've had this for like a year and a half now, and nothing has happened.
Knock
so,
on wood, thank God, yeah.
Yeah. So, damn,
That Thanos is like, holy man.
Yep.
it's heavy. Yeah. This is heavier than this guy. It's really, really heavy.
Really, the bust, really.
The bust.
Yeah. It's weirdly shaped, and the weight, it's like surprising.
Don't let go of that one.
What about your Ultron on that piece of acrylic there?
Yeah,
the
that's what I was going to
plastic-
show Cece. Like, you could barely tell it's a stand or a
Oh, yeah, I didn't even
clip
to see
stand
that. Yeah.
because, like, it's clear, and the right here in the middle, it's
But
like,
is it like
it's
a little
empty
U
space.
shape? Is that what it is, or is it like one like square
block.
block?
It's a no, it's a U shaped,
Oh, is it?
Wow.
and I put it under the Galactus as well.
Oh, you're crazy, man.
Shit.
I got all of this from the Container Store, like everything, except for the Besta. The Besta I love using for like little things like the bow and stuff, and the extra portraits.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Besta gives it like a nice like little look. Like it elevates the statues that I would have in the bottom, especially for the third scale stuff. Like, I don't want to test out my theory about the shelves holding a ton of weight with third scale.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna use Bestas.
Well, you don't have to show them my future pieces. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, I love these two, like the glass doors, and this is where I put all my switch outs. So I love filling this. Well, I filled this up with cotton and put all my switch outs in there, so none of them get damaged. And like I said, I'm still working on lighting and everything. But here's my new stuff. This is where my desk is at, and this is where I'm putting my Hot Toys. And I think it's kind of overkill, but I had extra shelves, and I just put them up here.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they're holding the weight, of course, but then also if I want to lower down the shelf anymore, I can
Yeah.
always lower down the shelf, move this shelf up if I wanted to, and yeah, it's working out so
Yeah.
far.
Looks good.
The only thing I'm afraid of is like I told you guys, I'm not good at decorating, so the lighting is going to be a huge problem with me, and I've been thinking about adding like a felt pad, black felt pad on the bottom of the statues, but I don't know if that's a good idea or.
I don't know. They
I'm
look
also-
good like this, I think.
You think so? Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah, I might leave it like this, but
Just to lift the third scale to get a felt pad under there. Jeez.
so John, I lifted this up like the whole statue, like from here to
Yeah.
here, and then I was like, it doesn't look good here. Then I moved it over here, and I was like, I don't need to work out today.
Yeah.
It's that heavy. It's heavy.
I love that piece.
Yeah. So yeah, that's mine. Like, if you guys have any questions on this one, like Container Store, the Container Store actually designs this for you actually for free. They give you ideas how the shelving should be, and I just took some of their ideas and just applied it to my statues. And I don't know, I've had this for a year and a half. Nothing has happened, luckily, and yeah, man, I recommend it if you guys are interested. But yeah, like that's all I had for pictures and collections today.
That's all. That was a lot.
I know, right? No, it was great, man. I love having these chats with you guys, especially with Sean. You're coming from a different world, and Cece and Danny, John, everyone comes from a different world, so it kind of a mixture of ideas. So the next episode was supposed to be about your end game. But I don't think,
Endgame.
yeah, I don't think anybody wants to talk about
Mine's
that.
right here.
Oh. Yeah, so I'll let you guys come up with an idea for the next one if you guys want. If you guys want to talk about something else. But I think I'm going to keep having these amongst collectors as as they come around. But
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fun to see everyone's collections, man. Like when CC showed those like IKEA units, I was like, perfect. And when she mentioned the idea of cash being burnt, I was like, whoa.
That's next level right there.
Yeah, but it's been fun. Yeah, man, we're an hour and a half in. Like, I don't know. I was trying to leave it at 1 hour, but I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, John, Sean, you guys got anything? You guys
I
want
think
to
you
bring
should
up?
just say
real quick?
Sean John. It's just so much rolls off the tongue so much.
Sean
But
John.
I feel like what's his name? What was it? A P Diddy that
Yeah, Sean
Sean
Diddy
Sean
Combs.
John. Yeah.
Yeah.
No man, this was fun. I like doing these on
Yeah.
on Mondays. They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to to kind of get a perspective of other collectors, and see what they're doing with their stuff. I know I'm mainly 1/12 stuff, but I do get the hot toys and the statues in there where I can, and I really enjoy mixing them up regardless of scale and stuff. It makes for a lot of fun collecting,
Heck yeah. Oh, please, it doesn't matter what you collect. It's always fun going through the displays and coming up with different ways to display things. I'm telling you,
Well-
you're going to take some fish. Listen. You're going to take some fishing wire, okay? And you're going to suspend that
Avatar.
the banshee, in the corner of the room. Please do that for me.
Oh, that'd be a good idea right there.
I was on a gargoyle kick for a long time, and I thought about putting up just little triangular shelves in each corner and hanging the stone pops, because I was getting the NECA, the NECA ones, and it kind of stalled out. It takes a while for these things to come out, and but just to kind of have something in the corners,
Hell yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to do was put my watcher up there,
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
But if you suspend them, like if you do, it'll blow your mind how it looks. I did that for. I want to do a nursery tour. I haven't done a nursery tour yet, and long overdue. But in my son's nursery, I had Lego ships, Star Wars ships, that was just sitting in a closet. So I said, well, I'm going to put these up. So I took hooks and fishing wire and put them in the ceiling. And they're just in each corner of the room. They're hanging off the ceiling. So much fun.
Well, Sean John, I have an announcement to make to you guys. There's 43 people still watching. I have a cool thing coming up next Wednesday. I actually got to talk to him today too. So next Wednesday, there's going to be a cool interview. And if you guys want to join in, that'd be great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to invite a couple more guys, but yeah, next Wednesday should be really, really cool. So
all right.
heard it here. I just wanted to let you guys know because I can't keep it in anymore. I was going to try to hold off from telling you guys, but I was like, no, I kind of want to tell somebody.
Sounds good. That sounds like it
Next
could be fun.
Wednesdays. Yeah, so definitely thanks you guys. There's still 40 people here for some reason, but you guys have fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great night. See you
Until
guys.
next time.
Yep.
Bye, guys.